Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. And in our previous video, we already covered the OOPS theory in detail. At what are the classes, objects, encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, and all these four pillars are very much important. So in today's video is not a theory video. Today is a practice session where we take real design style questions and actually apply everything we have learned. But this isn't going to be a quick rapid fire session either. We are going to solve questions today, but for each one, we are going to spend a real time on the most important part that most tutorials skips, the design thinking part. Before writing a single line of code, I will ask, what classes do we need? What is the relationship between them? Is it inheritance or it is composition? And which OOP pillar solves this specific problem? Only after the reasoning we will write the code. So this is exactly how you should approach the OOP question in interviews and in the real projects. So now jumping straight to code, but designing first. Let's get started with our first question. So our first question is like you have to design a bank account system where you deposit money, withdraw money like this. So the problem statement would be design a bank account class that supports deposit, withdrawal, and balance inquiry. The balance should never be directly modifiable from outside the class, and withdrawals should never be allowed to exceed the available balance or go negative. So, what is the design thinking approach behind it? Let's see that how to create bank class, how to withdraw, how to deposit. Let's think before coding. That first question in your mind, that what data does this class need? Just a balance and maybe an account holder name. And yeah, if in your bank account it usually have a balance and account holder name. So I got answer of my first question. So now our second question, that which OOP pillar is central here? The requirement acceptably says balance should never be directly modifiable. Listen carefully, balance never be directly modifiable. That's a clear signal for encapsulation. You got it? Now we need to hide the raw balance and expose only control methods to change it. Okay, now we will move to our next question of this means, do we need inheritance here? Think about it. No. There is no is a relationship yet. There is a single standalone class. So our main focus should entirely on designing a clean protective interface. So answer of these three questions are very much important for building a design thinking. So requirement checklist, what should be that? That we should be making a balance must be private. Okay. How to do a balance private? Mm, yeah, you're thinking right. It should be a double underscore. And what about the deposit must reject negative and zero amounts? Okay. And withdraw must reject the amount greater than the current balance. For example, current balance is 1,000 and withdraw is of 1,500, then it should reject it. And in the end, we need a read-only way to check the balance. We do not have the power to edit that. Okay, we only need the read-only way to check the balance. So this is the proper design thinking about this question. So now let's move towards our coding path where we code this design thinking, making a folder. Yeah. So firstly we will make a class which I name bank account, and our constructor. Then we will share the account holder, and initializing the balance with the amount 0. Yeah. And yeah, and yeah, account holder. And keep in mind that our balance should be a private. And remember, it should be private, and encapsulation in action. Yeah. Now I am making deposit. Yeah. And see, if my amount is less than is equals to 0, then I would be printing that deposit amount must be positive. deposit amount must be positive, and I would here return false. Yeah, I would return false. And if not, then I would do like I would increase the value of my balance. And here I will be using f string. Right? I would print that deposit amount this and new balance would be this. And now here in this state I would be returning true. And now I am making the withdraw. And similarly same, if my amount is less than zero, then I would definitely print that withdrawal amount must be positive. And if I earlier mentioned that amount is greater than my balance, then print insufficient funds. And in other case, just subtract it from my balance and print that new balance of that account. Okay, so we will be doing same thing here. Withdrawal amount, withdrawal amount must be positive. And our second case, if my amount is greater than my balance, if amount, oh sorry, I here I would do yeah double underscore yeah double underscore balance, and then I would print insufficient funds. And uh, in this, in both the statement, I would return a false. Yeah. And similarly here, I would return a false. Yeah. Balance, I would do subtracting my amount, and then I would print the withdrawal amount and the new balance. I would use F string. And balance would be this. Yeah. And here I would return definitely a true. Yeah. And here I would do uh, property. Yeah. I would return here. Yeah. This. Self value. Yeah. So now I am making my object bank account. For example, I am giving name Aman. Uh, yeah. Million. I would do 1,000. And firstly, I would deposit any amount like because I would deposit like 500 amount. Then I would do a withdrawal of more than its bank balance. It would return this insufficient funds. Then and I would withdraw 300 when I am printing my balance. Yeah. So let's run this. Yeah. See, firstly, I will deposit 500, deposited 500, and new balance would be 1500. 1000 plus 500, 1500. And when I try to withdraw amount more than the bank balance, like 2000, then it is showing insufficient funds. And when I used to withdraw 300, then it is showing, and withdrawing amount is 300, and my new balance would be 1200. 1500 minus 300, so it is 1200. So my account balance is 1200. So, but if I deposit the amount like minus 500, then what happens? Let's see. Yeah, deposit amount must be positive. It can't be negative one. And yeah, see here withdrew amount is 300 and my new one is 700 because I initialize this as 1000 bank balance. If I would do like 2000, then it would be 1700. Oh, I would withdraw. Okay. 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 Wait. I will do it like this. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now see. Deposit amount must be positive, and this one. So down dot withdrew 300. So the new balance would be 1700. So yeah. So you will think that why we will return a true false in it. So notice each method returns a true or a false instead of just printing a message. This is a very good practice because it lets the calling code actually check whether the operation succeed programmatically or not just visually from console output. Say that the deposit amount must be positive, then I would return false. Then if the amount got successfully added, then I would be returning true. Same, withdraw amount was positive, then I false. So it is not just a visually from console output. This is a kind of small design process that separates a beginner solution from a production quality one. A common follow-up question here is like, what if I want to log every transaction? Just think about it for a second. You will add a self dot that private variable that transaction history list in this our yeah in this constructor and append a record inside deposit and withdraw. This is a great small extension to practice yourself after this video. Definitely do this practice. Okay, so this would be our bank designing system, and now we will move to our another question and another problem which in which we have to design a shape hierarchy and think that what should be I do in this question. Till now I am making it a file which name shape. Yeah, so this designing a shape hierarchy, it will take inheritance plus polymorphism. So what should be its problem statement is uh, that design a system that can calculate the area and perimeter of different shapes. Like if I would given a radius of a circle like 2, then I would have to calculate its circumference. It would be 2 pi r. And if I have given a rectangle, like I have given its length and breadth, then I have to calculate its area. like L into B, and a triangle like half into base into height, such that we can loop through a list of mixed shapes and get the correct calculation for each. That we won't write here without writing the if else if type checking code. Okay, so let's think about what is the design thinking about this question. Just think. Let's reason about this. The phrase without writing the if else if type checking code is one of the biggest hint in this all question. Yeah. So that explicitly asking for polymorphism. Yes, it is asking for polymorphism. So we want to call shape area on any shape and have the correct version run automatically. Next, is a relationship in there? Just think about it. Just think it. Yes, it has. A circle is a shape. A rectangle is a shape. So inheritance is the right tool to create that shared interface. Okay. And should the base shape class have a generic implementation of area, or should it force every child to implement its own? Since a generic shape doesn't have a meaningful area formula, that is a perfect case for an abstract base class. So we want to guarantee every subclass implement area and perimeter, and the catch mistake immediately if they don't. Okay, so this is whole the design thinking about this question. So now we will just move towards our code. We will change all this design thinking into our code. We will implement the perimeter area of a circle, same for a rectangle, and same for a triangle. So let's begin with the code. Hmm. Abstract class method. Abstract method. Mm, Import math. Yeah. And now I am making my class shape. Yeah. Abstract method. Here I would defining the area. Mm. So I would do. So yeah, here I would use f string. Mm, minute to perimeter. Mm, mm, yeah. Perimeter is equals to self dot perimeter and dot to it should be yeah. Yeah. And now I am making my class circle. Yeah. And here passing the radius. Yeah. My method area. Here our area would be pi r square. Here I would returning, yeah, math pi. Perimeter is 2 into math pi. P pi r. Sorry. It would be this. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, area is pi r square and perimeter 2 pi r. Yeah. And now we have done with our circle class. And similarly, we will be making this for our rectangle class. And our constructor would be Like here we will pass width and height. Should be capital. Yeah, now it is okay. It should be equal to height, and we will now find its area, which is into height into width into self into height. And now we will be returning its perimeter, which is 2 into width plus height. Perimeter. And here I would be returning 2 into plus height. Yeah. And now we will do this thing same for our triangle class. Same, we will calculate its area and its perimeter. We are defining its constructor. Here its values are A, comma B, comma C. It should be dot B. Yeah, dot C. These are equals to A, B, C. Yeah. So now I'm defining its area. Here S is equals to sum of all means A plus B and C. Yeah. And divided by 2, which is Heron's formula. And we will be returning that S into S minus self dot A. and then multiply by same s minus self dot b. Yeah, and now I am making its perimeter. I would be, yeah, and its formula is simple. Just sum of all these sides: self dot a, self dot b, and self dot c. A, b, and yeah, yeah. So now we done with our circle, rectangle, and triangle. If you want any other shape, then simply just make another class of it, okay, and make its constructor, then make its method of area, then method of perimeter, okay. And now we just test it. Uh, I will do it like I would be giving value 5, yeah, with a small c, yeah, yeah. Rectangle, uh, yeah, rectangle, and here I would be giving value 4 and 6. Then triangle, I would be sharing the value like 3, 4, and 5. And now for shapes in shapes, dot describe. Yeah, so I would run this to like uh, circle, circle 5, rectangle 4, 6, and triangle 3, 4, 5, 6. No argument. Self A dot B with height, no argument. Circle I am passing radius and triangle I am passing width and height. Triangle I am. Oh, okay, okay. A slight mistake here I done it. Yeah, now it is okay. Yeah, see. Now, area of circle 78.54, its perimeter 31.42, and area of rectangle, which is multiplication of both 6 4s are 24, and perimeter 20, like 6 plus 4 10 into 2 20. And triangle's area is going to be 6, and its perimeter is going to be 12. Yeah. So this is all about this. So if I want to change a value, for example, I would do it like 10, 7, 9, then see. Oh, okay, okay. It will be wrong. Okay, okay. Sorry, sorry. Uh, yeah, now it is correct. Yeah. Circle 10. This should be area this, perimeter this. Yeah. So notice the describe is not abstract. It is fully implemented in the base class and works for every subclass automatically. Like see here we describe then it would be giving area of circle and perimeter as well as for rectangle, and we can see as well as for triangle. Yeah, because it is fully implemented in the base class and works for everyone, and it relies on self dot area and self dot perimeter, which polymorphism guarantees will call the correct subclass version. This is a really important pattern, but shared logic in the base class, but force varying logic to be implemented by each subclass. The combination of abstraction, the plus this inheritance plus polymorphism working together is very commonly asked in interviews. So it is very much important. So now let's move towards our another question, which is designing a vehicle rental system. So its problem statement is like you have to design a system for a vehicle rental company. Okay, a vehicle has an engine and can be rented out. So different vehicle types like car, bike exist, and each vehicle needs to track whether it currently rented to whom and needs to calculate a rental cost based on the number of days. So, as the previous problem, we build our design thinking. So, same in this question, we will building our design thinking. So, this question is specifically designed to test whether you understand when to use inheritance versus composition. It is very much important. Inheritance versus composition. A very common senior level interview distinction. First, let's identify that there is a relationship. Car is a vehicle, yes, and bike is a vehicle. So this thing will clean that it is the inheritance. So the main, the trickier part is now here that, mm, that does my vehicle has an engine means engine should be a parent class of vehicle. Number of vehicle is not a type of engine. It contains one. So this is a has a relationship, which means composition is correct here, not inheritance. This is exactly the kind of mistakes the beginners make. Inheriting from engine just because it related when it should be a component instead. Then what about the rented and non-rented status and renter's name? That is just state that belongs to each vehicle instance. Plain instance variables and protected via encapsulation, so rental status can't be corrupt from inside. So just build this design thinking. If you listen this design thinking and build this thinking by your own, then the coding part of this is not very difficult. So that creating this design thinking is very much important to solve the questions. So now let's convert our that design thinking into our code. Yeah. So I am making class of engine. Yeah. So I am defining my constructor. Here I have to add my horsepower. And now I'm defining my method. So here I would be printing. Here I would use my F string. Yeah. And HP. Yeah. Yeah. And now I'm making my class vehicle. Good. I'm defining my constructor. Name, engine, and rate per day. Yeah. So I'm initializing all these things. Yeah. Firstly I would make it for is rented. No, I think firstly I would do it as a false. Yes. Yeah. And then I would initialize a rented name, which I would do like a none. I would make it a private variable. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Now I am making a method of rent. Yeah. If self dot is rented, then I would print. I would use a string. And here I would return false. Yeah. I would do this true. I would do like the rented name is equals to that initialize with the renting name. Oh, oh sorry, it would be a private one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And now I would be printing. It would be like self dot name rented to renter name. Yeah, yeah. And here I would return a true. Yeah. So now I am making uh, my method of return vehicle, and if it is not self is rented, then I would be printing the statement. Then I would just print the statement that self dot name was not rented. It's so simple. Yeah, I'm just returning it. Renter name. And yeah, returned by yes, and it would be a renter name. Yeah, and then I would be doing that. Then I would be do self is rented, then false, and then I would remove the renter name. It's so simple. And I will remove the renter name. And I will do it like none. Yeah. And I would be calculating my cost. Then I would return self dot rate per day into our number of days. Yeah. Then I will start my vehicle. I will look at engine start. Yeah. I put engine start. Yeah. Now I will make my class car and my class bike. Inherit from the cycle. I will be passing self, name, engine rate per day, and seats. Yeah. So I will be calling super, not I. And oh, sorry. Yeah. And rate per day. Yeah. And I will do that. It should be equal to seats. Now, similarly, I make class for car. And now, similarly, I am making class for my bike. It will be inherit from vehicle. Same self name engine rate per day. And what is that rate per day? And I would be do like, yeah, listen it. Engine and rate per day. Oh, sorry, rate per day. Yeah, yeah. So this is all about this. So now I am making my car engine. Yeah, E, yeah, 150 is passing the horsepower, and my car object is equals to. I'm just here passing here the name. I would say Honda City. Passing the car, yeah, car engine. I would passing the rate per day. I think it should be 2000. And number of seats I would be passing 5. Yeah, Oh, sorry, it should be small c. Yeah, and my underscore or my object. Oh, sorry, vehicle. Yeah, this one. And what should be my car rent? I would be passing the owner name. Yeah, and now I would be printing like cost for 3 days. Cost for 3 days. Yeah, my car dot calculate cost. Yeah, and then I would return the vehicle. Yeah, yeah. So now let's run this. Engine started 150 horsepower. Honda City rented to Ria. Cost for 3 days 6,000 because 1 day 2,000. So 3 days, 3 into 2,000 would be 6,000. And Honda City returned by Ria. See, and if I would change the rent by, I would do like 10,000, and I would do rented for 10 days. Yeah, see, and if I would change the owner name, I would do like Rahul. Yeah, yeah. So it is working fine. So here we are using both the inheritance and composition at the same time, and that is completely normal in a real system, car, and a bike inherit share vehicle behavior because they truly are vehicles. And while vehicle compose an engine because it mainly contains one, being able to correctly identify which relation needs which tool in the same design is exactly what separates a good OOP design answer from a mediocre one in an interview. So I hope you understand this question in a good way. So let's move towards our another question, which is design a notification system. Yeah, it is very much interesting problem. So the problem statement is that you have to design a notification system that can send notifications via email, SMS, and push notification. The system should be built so that adding a new notification type in the future requires touching as little existing code as possible. So now, as the earlier question, we will make our design thinking. In this, we also make our design thinking. So see, the key phrase here is adding a new type should touch as little existing code as possible. Listen, should touch as little existing code as possible. This is directly describing a real software engineering principle, which is known as the open closed principle. And my code should be open for extension but closed for modification. Object oriented programming achieves this through abstraction and polymorphism. We define a common interface, an abstract notification class, and a new notification type just becomes a new subclass without changing anything in the existing classes or in the code that sends notification. So, what should be its solution? So, let's write the code for it, and then I would, yeah. So, if you understand the design thinking, you can easily code it. It is very much easy. So, let's begin with our coding from A, B, C, import abstract method, A, B, C. Yeah. So, at the rate abstract method, firstly, I have to send, then I would do like, yeah, simply I would pass it. I would make for email notification, and firstly, I would construct constructor. Yeah, and now I am initializing it just like self dot email address should be equal to email address. Yeah, and now I am defining the send. And then I would print the message using my F string, sending email to, And now I make the same class, but it is for SMS notification. This I made for email notification, and now I am making for SMS notification. Yeah, so let's make our same class for SMS notification. Yeah. And now I am making the constructor. Similarly, like I made in email notification. And here I will be passing phone number. It would be self dot phone number is equals to phone number. And similarly, we will make this send method where will be self comma. Yeah. And using the f string, I would be doing its printing, mm, like sending SMS to self dot phone number. Yeah. So now, as I make my class for the SMS notification, similarly, I will make my class for the push notification. Like, yeah. And similarly, I am defining my constructor with the value device ID, for example, in it. Yeah. And similarly, I would be making my method send. And same, I would be printing it that sending my this notification to this. and then it would be, yeah, and then just I would be making this as notify all. It would be notification, and for notification I would do a for loop in it. It would be the notification. No, yeah, and now wait, I will notify. Oh, sorry, it would be S. Yeah, now it is correct. Now I am making channels like email notification, right? Anything like someone at the rate example.com. Yeah, and listen, next line. Yeah, SMS notification. Like number one, two, three, four. Yeah, and now push notification. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, then it would notify all the channels. Yeah, that I have to give a message. For example, that your order has been shipped or order has been shipped. Okay, now let's run this. Yeah, see, sending email this, your order has been shipped, this or the, yeah. If we can change anything like this, it can, I have to put here numbers like this. It would be, yeah. So now let's prove the open closed principle. Like suppose we need to add the WhatsApp notification tomorrow that I have email notification, SMS, push, but I want the WhatsApp notification. So now I don't touch notifications. I don't touch notify all. Just I would create and a new class. See how I done this. See, I would making class of WhatsApp notification, WhatsApp notification. I would similarly pass notification, and similarly I would make a constructor. Yeah, and similarly I would write self and a WhatsApp number here. Yeah, and then I would do like WhatsApp number is equals to, yeah, this, and then I am defining a method of send that I done in this previous classes. Yeah. Then I would similarly print the statement. Yeah, sending WhatsApp message to our number. Yeah, yeah. So then just I would do like append it into my channel, which I already made. I will just do append. Yeah, here I will pass the number like, yeah, and I would say a new message like new feature unlock. Then I would run this. See, sending WhatsApp messages new with, yeah, see. So in this way, I entered a new notification class, which is WhatsApp notification. Then it send message over WhatsApp, and if you think I have to send a message to Instagram tomorrow, yeah, you are definitely right. Then I would create another class of Instagram and another constructor, another method, and just append my Instagram into this channels, and then it would easily send that message. So it is very much important. That is the entire point of designating to an abstract interface. The rest of the system doesn't even know a new notification type exists and doesn't need to know. Yeah. So yeah, let's move towards our another problem, which is designing a custom stack class with operator overloading. So its problem solve statement says that design a stack class splitting push, pop, t, and is empty. And a push means adding a value in our stack. Pop means removing value from stack, and is empty means whether my stack is empty. So basically it will return true. And if my stack is not empty, then it will return false. Additionally, sports checking if the stack is empty using Python's length, and if stack syntax and sport merging two stack using the plus operator. So, as per the previous questions, we also build a design thinking in this question. That what should be the design thinking in this question? For example, like this question is a testing dunder method and operator overloading. Like, how do we make our own custom class behaves like Python built-in types? Yeah. So length of stack requires implementing of length using if stack directly requires either length or a bool. So Python falls back to length if bool isn't defined. Yeah. So treating a non-zero length as truthy and stack 1 plus stack 2 requires AND. So this is the same idea as our earlier vector example, but now applied instead of real data structure design, showing how the encapsulating the internal implementation of Python list behind a clean class plus tender method lets our custom class feels like a first class citizen of the language. So if you understand this design thinking very well, then this question would be just a very simple for you. I'm making, yeah. So firstly, we are making our class stack, and I will be doing like self items equals to this. So basically, I'm encapsulating the internal storage. Yeah. So now I am just defining my push method. It is basically adding and appending the element. So we can just append it. Oh, sorry, it should be item. And I would be defining my pop method. The pop method just delete a element from my stack. So I will raise the index error that pop from an empty stack. and then I will return. Yeah, and now I am defining my peak class. Yeah. Then I would be raising and printing the statement at peak from an empty stack. Yeah. Then I would return, and now I am making is empty, and then I would return length of. Now I'm defining my length. Then I would do return of length of self dot items, and now just add. It would be do like items is equals to, yeah, self dot items plus other dot items, and then I would return merged. Yeah, and now I'm defining. and I would return stack dot items in bracket. Now I will do stack 1 is equals to stack stack 1 dot push 1 and stack 1 dot push 2, and my another stack is stack 2 dot push and stack 2 dot push like 4, and then I want to print its length. Print bool of S1. And now I want to merge the stack. But firstly, I would see what it prints. Yeah, see, 2 and true. Yeah, and now I would merge the stack. Then, yeah, see, stack 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I want to pop, like stack 1 dot pop, then see, 1, 2, 1, 0. So basically, here, the element in stack 1, which is the end element, which is 2, it's going to pop. If I would do like again pop, then see what happened. Yeah, see, 0. The length of S1 is 0 and it is false. And stack 3, 4, it only contain my stack 2. Okay, and now I will do peak stack 1 dot peak. Yeah, see, 2, true, and stack. And if I do like firstly I will do pop and then I will peek. Then we will see what happened. Yeah. See. Firstly the stack one, this two will be pop out and we will peek this element. And now after this, if we again push like 8. Yeah, see. Now our stack one contains 1 and 8. So it returned true and my stack is having 1, 8, 3. 4. So this is the problem where we implement our stack and designing a custom stack class with operator overloading. See, we have this push, pop, peek to see the elements and is empty. Like if my stack is empty or if my stack is not empty, it I will show you. Like see, if I will do popping twice, like s1 dot pop, and then I will do like one dot is empty one. Yeah, this one. Yeah, yeah. Then see what happened, and I will remove this tab too. Stack push push then pop. Yeah, and see. Uh, One more time I should pop it. The most call. Yeah, see, there is index error. Pop from an empty stack. See, and if I do peek, see, peek from an empty stack. So this is all about our this question. And see that why the internal list stays private. And even though we were overloading and operators to make this feel like a built-in type, the underlying items list is still private. Callers interact only through push, pop, peak, length, and plus. This is the encapsulation and pathognomic operator overloading working together. Powerful natural syntax on the outside, controlled implemented on the inside. So this is our question for implementing our stack. So this is all about its video of question practice on OOP. So we solved today a lot of problems where let's recap those problems. Like we build a bank account with proper encapsulation and we made a shape hierarchy combining abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism, a vehicle rental system that correctly separates the inheritance from composition, and we make an extensible notification system. Like you see how if we want for the WhatsApp notification, the Instagram notification, it is very important question. And we following the open and closed principle. And we implement a stack class using dunder methods for natural Python syntax. And in the stack, we used to do a pop where we delete the element, peek where to print that particular element and is empty. Like if that element is empty, if that stack is empty, then it's false, then it's true. And if it is not, then we will return true. And so in the stack, we also do the pushing the element into our stack. So all these questions are very much important for understanding OOPS in depth. But notice that what we do in these questions, we never jump straight into the code. We always ask, what are the classes, uh, what is the relationship between them, and which OOP pillar actually solves this requirement. That design first thinking, I always said to you, that design thinking in these questions are very much important. Without this design thinking, you can convert your code, or you can convert your thinking into your code. So design thinking is very much important. Is the real skill this video was trying to build far more than the code itself. So I have a homework question for you all guys. I have a question like you have to design a payment processing system, and I gave you a hint like uh, in this question, abstraction and strategy style design would be there. And this question problem statement is like like you design a checkout system that can process payments using different methods like credit card, UPI, and wallet, where the checkout logic itself should never need to know the specific payment method internal details, only that a payment can be processed. So, firstly, in this question, you have to design a design thinking for this question that what I need, what I don't need, how to do this. Then convert this question into your code. Then it would be very easy. If your design thinking is correct, then you can convert it into your code. So if this style helped you actually apply the OOP instead of just knowing the theory, then like the video, drop a comment on which design question challenged you the most, and subscribe for more OOP practice content. And I will see you in the next video. Happy coding.